All right, let's try this again, shall we? This means I've also got to get the Beedrillite again, which is fucking great. It's too loud. I'm not even really sure I want music, you know. Kind of breaks up the silence, but yeah. Okay. What do I need? It's literally just Salamence and a Shifu, isn't it? We've just done this, so I should know that. Fuck off. I know what I'll do. Combine and take these as well. Shifu was the other one. And just take like Dragapult and High Dragon, it's fine. Okay, I need to take this Choice Scarf off of you. Not that I need it right now. That restart's really pissed me off because for some reason Chrome windows won't shrink, and now, like, my chat window that I normally just have in like a little tiny corner because no one fucking uses it, is now having to be much bigger. It's like twice the fucking size, and I can't get it any smaller than it was previously, which makes loads of sense. There's probably a really obvious workaround, but like, I'm just at a point where like I can't be bothered like spending any longer than like 5 seconds trying to figure it out. I'm not as like fed up or like fatigued, I guess is the right word, with this game as I was the other day. Incidentally, that's also why I didn't have any commentary like at all when I did the encounters on like the what was actually the well, not the last stream, but the last stream before the failed one that was 5 minutes and 20 minutes ago. I've probably already fought that one as well. That's the funny thing. Just keep it slow and sexy. Okay, this is where Fat Hiker is. I want to avoid him. I also want to run, run, run. There we go. Got it. All right. Let's try this again. Strike oppose. Dual Wing Beat into Holucha. Iron Head into Auroras. Dual Wing Beat to get around Focus Sash. Okay. Glysaur and Weird Ear. We just want a Draco Meteor Glysaur, and we want an Iron Head Weird Ear. And there's every chance he sets screens. I should have done the break shit first. Oh, he did light screen because he's a fool. Dual Wing Beat on Beedrill, close combat on Weird Ear. Int him, not int him and reflect. It's fine. Are they speed tied? I've no idea why I would know that. But like, I just never knew that they were exactly the same speed. They must be. Because he went first, then one of the other 220, and yeah, they're speed tied. How about that? Beedrillite. We can give this to Beedrill now. I'll level him up as well while I'm here. Fuck it. See, what I really could have done here is when I was fixing the microphone. Oh, fun thing about the microphone, by the way, the whole reason why I cut the stream here, well, not the whole reason, because I would have just carried on with it not really working, if I'm being honest. I don't think it is that. What I was about to say is I think I just accidentally leant on like the volume button on the back of the microphone, and that's how it went quiet. But then it wouldn't show up as registering any audio in OBS. So unless I don't care. I think the dial might just be potentially for how loud it comes through in the headphones. Is there anything up here? Oh yeah, the Reggie. So this is the thing with the Reggies, right? The Reggies are listed on like the decks, and like I've seen tier lists before that list Reggies as like an optional that no one uses. I have to assume that they're just obtainable in the same way that you would in like Vanilla Emerald, which is fascinating, but it's also kind of mad that because like Relicanth seems quite accessible. I've got a route where he's a 50-50, and I'm pretty sure he's got a duopoly with Golduck on two routes, meaning that, if I want a Relicanth and I don't, then he'd be a guaranteed encounter. So it's only Wailord, and I don't think Wailord's particularly hard to get either. And if I'm not mistaken, I only think you need those two to unlock the Reggies. But I guess another problem with that is actually catching them, right? So it's not as simple to say as, yeah, you can have the prerequisites to get the Reggies. You also have to actually be able to catch them. And, why would you waste your Master Ball on a Reggie? I mean, I would do that because I want a unique, and no one's ever used the Reggie, surprisingly. But, like, yeah. And then one more Brick Break, and we'll give this to a Shifu because he doesn't need coaching. Not yet. Not right now, anyway. I'm assuming he's not going to need that at all. But I don't know. Okay. I'm still going to delay the candies. I don't know. Not the candies. Well, I guess they could be candies, but the scales, I mean, for the time being, because like I don't know where they are. I need to kind of properly look up where they are. My issue with the heart scales is I want to get them all at once. That way I'm not going to miss any. Okay. So we need Dragapult, Excadrill, Hydreigon, Arcanine, Shifu, and someone else. Would help if I scroll down. Excuse me. Dragonite. Hmm. I'm not done. I need to go and get all that stuff, and I just need to take items off these. I don't think we need these items right now. Oh, not you. You're the third one of them. I don't think we need those items right now. But I've prematurely come here when I actually need to go and get my choice items. So I only need choice band for this one because I only factored in one when I wrote this line. Initially, anyway. Alright. So we want choice bands. I want to give that to Dragapult. He said, yeah, like I know that there's a glitch. I'm not going to be exploiting the glitch, even if I did it accidentally. There's a glitch, and I don't know exactly how you trigger it, but like where you swap, we've got two items, and you can get like infinite from them. Kind of goes against the spirit of this, to be honest. Feels a bit too exploitative, but yeah, he said, "Do you want to swap your choice scarf?" and then took the scanner instead. So I was kind of thinking, if I just accidentally activated that, but I haven't because I haven't got the scanner anymore. Black belt on a Shifu. We've just done this, so I should be able to remember where they are. Dragon Fang for Hydreigon. Black belt for a Shifu. And Fire Gem. Not that he's going to use it on Arcanine, and I think that's it. There's no pre-damage for this one. Alright. Let's save it this time. Woman on the island here. We can just go there, and then we hug the left. I mean, there's no one underwater to fight. I feel like there was, and so I've never played Vanilla Emerald, like not anywhere like far into it or anything like that. And I've never, in the ROM hacks I played of Emerald, I've never been this far. But I feel like in Ruby and definitely in Auras, you can fight people underwater. Is that just like removed in this game? Yeah, okay, save it here. Okay. Yep. Okay. So Dragapult has Infiltrator, so he's not actually impacted by the fact that Aurora Veil is up for every one of these fights, apart from Archie at the end, which is great because that just means that with a choice ban we can just take the kill with Dragon Darts. Because I don't really have a good in to use anything else to break the Veil against Kingdra. This baits in Magnezone. There's a decent chance Magnezone goes Mirror Coat here, and that's what we'd rather for the free switch. He went Flash Cannon. Okay. That's not good. It's not going to affect us right now, but that's really not good. Citrus Berry should make us all right, I think. I'm going to have to look this up really quick. Because Hontro's going to come in now, but I need him to consistently go for the right move. He's not going to go for a special attack, at least. It just depends on whether or not I'm in range to... I think it's Night Slash, which is not resisted. Excadrill. At what range do you see Night Slash? Never. Oh, I guess the risk was if I didn't proc Citrus. No, he's always going for Superpower here, so we can go into Dragapult on Superpower. And then we can go into a Shifu on Night Slash. Creepy a Shifu with that. Okay, and with a Black Belt, neutral close combat takes the kill on the Honchcrone. This brings in Crobat consistently for Air Slash. We go into Arcanine. Arcanine kind of walls him, so this is free. We can go Rock Slide here, which should kill on its own. But if it doesn't, well, it didn't, but we've got extreme speed, so it's fine. Now, the reason Arcanine's holding a Fire Gem is because that we ideally want Exeggutor out last. If I give Arcanine any kind of increase to his power in any other way that doesn't boost specifically just fire, it will bring in... We'll see that they're fast killed by Arcanine, both Gorobus and Exeggutor in the back, and it will bring in Exeggutor first, always. The only way we can scare away just Exeggutor, i.e. not show fast kill to Gorobus, is if we give him a Fire Gem so that Flare Blitz shows that its highest rolls can kill. He brings in Gorobus. He's probably going for a Water move here. It genuinely doesn't matter. I nearly switched into the wrong mon there. That would have mattered. We go High Dragon here. He goes safe. He can also Shell Smash there, but it genuinely doesn't matter. I feel like that would matter. Oh, no. Yeah, doesn't matter. I know what I've done there. Exeggutor sees low kick, he can't explode. We go into Dragonite, who takes his shit. And we just kill him with Draco Meteor. So 2 Draco Meteors to end the fight. Alright. So we've just beat Grunt 1, and from here we'll be transitioning back to get the irrelevant shit that we need for Grunt 2. This is probably, and I can say this with the benefit of hindsight, this is probably the individually hardest fight. And it's not so much because we don't want to sack on this fight, it's just because there's no real good time to sack and gain a good benefit from the tempo gain that you have from sacking something. Hence why it took me so long. I think there was 3 or 4 times when planning this fight where we thought we found the line and then kind of went through like a simulation in the calc and it didn't work for 1 or 2 reasons. It's just needlessly complicated throughout. The tricky part to this is that obviously with the swamp pit lead, it wants to use rocks, but it's also incredibly fucking bulky. I don't have a good grass type user that can one shot this, and I don't have anything that can outspeed, one shot, and break Veil. Um, well, we kind of do, but not one shot is the issue. So we couldn't find a way of doing this without setting rocks. So then my plan was, okay, let's do this with the assumption that we're going to set rocks. But then the issue with this fight isn't just the swamp hit and him setting rocks. It's the impact that that has for like future fights down the line. He has a muck with knockoff, and in almost every situation that we set up to bring the muck in, he would always want to use knockoff. And I'm using really good items in this fight, so I don't want to lose any of them. Um, Originally we had Kabutops in the role that you'll see Excadrill in this fight, and it was a case of, well, Kabutops can do the exact same thing. He can use Rapid Spin, he can use 100% accurate move. It's not Smart Strike, it's Aerial Ace for Kabutops, and it'll take a while, but he's never at risk. Except Kabutops is at risk because the Smoke also has Poison Touch, and if you switch him in on a physical damage and move, he will just, he has a 30% chance to poison, which is far too risky for my blood. Hold on. Yeah, annoyingly, I don't know why. Like when I was looking on OBS, it was saying that the mic was being registered at this point. Now, if I remember correctly, I couldn't hear any from my headphones, which is why this original recording was recorded with no audio. But I couldn't really wrap my head around why, when I've gone to play this back and kind of get ready to compile all this stuff into like one video for the YouTube VOD, it just doesn't come up with anything. So this is like a new experience adding audio in post. Um, there was a real temptation for me to go back and do that for like the earlier videos. They are already on YouTube, like they have been for like a month now. Um, but I kind of don't like the fact that like my brother's been going back. Hello, Ashley. Um, and watching through this, and he messaged me the other day just saying like I've tried watching from the beginning, but I can't fucking watch your videos. And like it's not the point. Like those original streams, this was when I was purely just thinking from it. This isn't me creating content. This is me documenting the run, and they're two very different things. But like the more and more I've gone into this run, the more I've thought, well, I'm spending that much time on something. Like even if I'm not that bothered from, I'm not a content creator. I'm not looking at this from a perspective of I must create content. This is more just a case of I want to create something that's actually I can watch back if nothing else. So yeah, this is where like commentary, like actually, you can probably tell from the audio jump, the audio quality jump between. No one's watching this consistently, but like if you were to go back and verify this, you can look at Winona, and that's with a little shitty clip-on mic, and you can hear that because, as is anything before that, because I'm inconsistent with streams, but there are a few before that that have the occasional commentary track on. I should probably indicate which ones they are on YouTube. Um, but we bought like a proper mic so you can actually hear the audio quality in that. And I don't know, like even if no one watches it, usually, like I quite enjoy streaming. Um, I think because I find monologue and my thoughts really helpful to try and concentrate. This is pure ADHD, but um, it helps me kind of streamline my thought process. And I actually think that talking through it out loud in a way that I do when I'm doing these streams helps me actually. It's why I've not really made any mistakes apart from the floatzel death in Magma Hideout. That's the only major mistake I've made that has been because, well, even then, I don't even think that was my fault. Um, I'm quite prone to make a mistake because I'm not thinking through what I'm doing, and I haven't done that on this, like, at all. The nearest thing is that floatzel death, as I was saying, but even then, that's a misclick, and to be honest, I don't even think that was my fault. It was just that I reacted too quickly and didn't register that the controller hadn't moved the way I wanted it to. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Here's the fight now. We had to. We actually didn't have to do all that pivot to Lily Cove like we've just done there. I thought I didn't have any Smart Strike TMs, which is what I want to give Excadrill. He kind of doesn't need it. I think it's minimal risk if he didn't have that. And I don't actually remember if we use Smart Strike or not. I think we do. He's got a wide lens to counteract Muck's Bright Powder. However, if you run the math on that really quickly, maths, Bright Powder reduces by 10, Wildlands gains by 10, but the multipliers for those is 1.1. Oh, I'll shut up, man. Yeah, so Swampert leads. We lead with a Shifu with Black Belt, Life Up, sorry. Brick Break to break the veil and close combat. We're accepting the fact that he's setting up rocks. This is a very specific. I'm going to pause it in a minute so I can catch up the commentary. It's a very specific range. Initially, when we had this fight, we had a Shifu pre-damage exactly to 139 that he's at right here. And the reason for that is that it's the minimum amount that's just above Swampert. So his max roll on his highest damage move is 138. That's not including crits. And it's also the minimum amount that Gyarados does. So it's like the perfect number. So I'm very aware that when Gyarados comes in, I want to be at 139 exactly. I actually could have been less with this life up strat, but the lower my HP is, the more vulnerable I am to Swampert not playing ball, being a bit erratic, and deciding to use the 2.5% chance he can to use, I think it's Earthquake, his highest damage, or maybe it's Liquidation, doesn't matter. That the risk in this fight is if he doesn't use Stealth Rock. Because if he doesn't use Stealth Rock, then the damage on Golisopod is wrong, meaning that when we need to switch into him, I actually wouldn't be able to switch into Glycopod, which is what I'm going to do in the next move here in a sec, because he wouldn't be ejected out, and Gyarados one-on-one with Glycopod, who he basically can't do anything to, is incredibly likely to use Dragon Dance. I think if this Gyarados sets up one Dragon Dance, we're vulnerable. We're vulnerable like the whole line. The whole line is potentially swept. But that's not what happened. We switch a Shifu into Golisopod here because the rocks did go up. I don't know what I'm pausing for there, but see, I would know if I recorded the if I was able to actually have the microphone audio. I say that like I chose not to record it. That's not the case. Arcanine comes in. He's holding a choice band. He outspeeds and he kills with Rock Slide. This always baits in consistently Haxorus. Haxorus wants to use Aqua Tail. We can bring in Rocks are still up at this point, so we take damage from that. We bring in Salamence into him, lowers the damage output of Aqua Tail, and we can outspeed and kill with Draco Meteor. Now, this is where it brings in the muck, and this is where, I find the interaction here a bit clever. We didn't put a Citrus Berry on Golisopod because it was pointless, because if we switch back into Golisopod, then he's just going to get dropped back down by the rocks at this point and not have enough. But instead, we put not Iapapa because he's minus defense nature, so whatever the other one is, we actually could have used Iapapa. So that his health goes, he takes the Stealth Rock chip to bring him below 25% always, because he's always below 50%, and then he takes 25 off Stealth Rock, which brings him back above about 70%. And then the move that Muck does will always bring us back down. It's like a very perfectly accurate range. But to be honest, the work of that was done just by initially looking and seeing what the trigger was for Stealth Rock and Waterfall from Gyarados. I didn't actually have to calculate a new range because I knew that Muck's damage output on the knockoff he wants to go for is pretty much 25%. It's a little bit lower, a little bit higher. But we were already kind of factoring that in by Gyarados' move, so I was always guaranteed to not only trigger the Iapapa Berry, but also go above the range I needed to, and then from there be ejected out again when Muck attacked, which allows us to get our free switch into Excadrill. Now, one thing I find interesting about the knockoff AI in this game is that it will only use it if it's highest damage. So although we've got a wide lens here, the worst thing I think he could go for on me would actually be knockoff. But he doesn't see a kill with knockoff. He sees a kill with explosion. But more importantly, he sees it with focus punch, which is a very abusable move in this game if you're faster. Sorry, it's a negative priority. It doesn't matter if you're faster. So he always wants to go focus punch. Now, there's a 1% risk, but with me going rapid spin there, that's just to get rid of Stealth Rock. Because if I miss that E, it's focus punch and we die. And I probably lose. We Smart Strike twice because it's guaranteed. It's not playing around the 1% risk. It's a guaranteed hit. And yeah, Muck goes down. This brings in Bruxus. Bruxus wants to go for a water type move. We can go into Salamence, who takes the water type move, triggers Citrus Berry, and punishes with Draco Meteor. This doesn't kill Bruxish, I don't think, ever, unless it crits. But Bruxish is holding a life orb, so he kills himself the next turn. And then this brings in Roserade. We're always vulnerable to a move there, so he's not going Sleep Powder on the switch. I don't think he would anyway, because he'd probably see that we kill him with Dual Wing Beat. Mega Revolt Pidgeot, never vulnerable to crit plus poison because we're only in for one turn, because this is the end of the fight, and Pidgeot gets a Hurricane. Okay. All right. So I am, first of all, going to, as you can see on the screen there, I'm going to go and get the heart scales, which I've made little notes after looking at online, because they are a bit of a piss take. I don't want to run into optionals, to be honest, but I'm going to prep myself for them, which means I've also got to take some dead weight as well. So in terms of dead weight, I will take Pancham, Pangoro, whatever. We'll take electrodes. We'll take not Barraskewda, Hydreigon, Slowbro, and who else can we take? Salamence. Salamence is good. Okay. I am going to lead Electrode. I don't really think the items matter too much. Hopefully they don't. And here's what we're going to do. Okay. So, we're on 126 first of all. So, northwest of Satopolis is where I've wrote down the first one is. There's some other shit as well. I think I seen that there was something here. Like, not on the video, I just remember yeah, it's just a big pail. That's not one. That's fine. There's one to the northwest. What's this? That is just Stardust. Yep, again, fine. So I think the one I'm looking for is like here. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Okay, one down. The next one, I have to go like down and around somewhere, but I don't. Is it here? It's here, isn't it? Yeah, down and around. Great. Okay. They're the two in the 126 underwater, so now I need to go to 124, but I'm kind of worried that I might bump into an optional. Um, they're skippable optionals, aren't they? Because I can go, oh, don't do it there, though. California, we come. Is it here? Nope, that's a Mega Stone. Probably one I do not need. In fact, it's definitely one I don't need. I've got all the ones I need. Doesn't mean I won't need one later. Right, so this is essentially 124, isn't it? So we need to go this way to get back into like the Moss Deep side of things. Okay, we go up. Is the one here? Wait. No, nothing there. Okay. We go down here. That's a big pail. Had me off really, didn't you? Okay, let's just go to Moss Deep because I wrote down some instructions how to get them from there. So there's one that's just west of Moss Deep. I'm assuming that's this tile here. Yeah. Okay. And then northwest of the previous one. So there's one that's further northwest here. What's that optional there? Is it here? They really have. No, that's not. Have I just got that? Okay. How many have I got? I should have three. Yeah. Oh, it's this, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. They're the two hidden ones. Now I've got resurface ones. Anything here? Yes, that's it. Okay, and then I think there's another resurface one. What's this? Pale string. Is there a resurface one here? No, but there is a TM there. How do I get there? And then that, yeah, okay. So there's six, and then I need some more at 127. Um, Northwest corner of the route. I wrote down instructions on the rock, and then we can also get 128 as well around thingy. Okay, so I'll put the line on the screen, visible in a moment. I can see it, but OBS cannot. And we'll prep for this. So I need a Shifu, Armor Star, Beedrill makes his debut, Infernape, Dragapult, and I think, is it Golisopod the other one? Yeah, and he doesn't need any pre-damage because Power Whip does 50%. All right. The B. Infernape. Dragapult. And yeah, and then in terms of wait, I took all the items off. So I need choice specs for this fight, and then I think I need choice specs and choice band on the second, isn't it? Choice specs and choice band, yeah. I will give him a citrus Glycopod, I mean, but I don't think he needs it. No item on Armor Star because I need him to be at the right HP range after dual wing beats. Citrus on Infernape for the first fight. Choice specs on Dragapult for the first fight. Okay, and then lastly, I need to burn Armor Star after I've pre-damaged him. 17. Two more. Okay. I'm conscious that the line's still not on screen. I do just need to get the last two, I think it is. We are already surfing, so we want to go here. We want to dive here, and it's like a rock. Have I gone past it? It's like on the right, isn't it, somewhere? Is that it? Yeah. Right. Right. Northwest corner of the route on 127, so I still haven't got that one either. So I'm guessing that's this. It is. We can also, and I think I'm going to do that now. Get the one that's next to the cool trainer. I'm just a bit worried about optionals. He looks like an optional. What route are we on here? Are you joking? We can get 127 now. I did not know that. I mean, I don't want to, but I didn't know we could. It's more the point. Hamid Shard. Stick that in the memory banks, though. Is that anything? Status. Uh, I've dived too early, haven't I? Yeah. Would assume that that's a Mega Stone fight. It's usually how they're set out, isn't it? Okay. Careful. I don't know where the optionals are, if there are any around here. Right, and then there's that guy, and it's to the right of him, which if we slow down means we can just grab it there. Great. So that should mean we've just got 9 heart scales. Oh, I've just realized I didn't heart scale U-turn. Good thing I remember that now. 9 heart scales. Fantastic stuff. Annoyingly got to use one, but I'm trying to save most of them to end game. Remember a move? Yes. B drill. U-turn. It's going to replace drill pack. God, that's so much louder than I thought. Let's do it. More puzzles. Like that? Apparently not. Fucking lost words eat heart out. Okay, we're here. Right, I'm gonna save here in case we run into any Aurora Veil bollocks. And before we jump, I just want to verify a Shifu full HP wide lens. Armor Star, no item, burnt 234. B drill. Mega B drill. Comes in on superpower. U-turn, full HP, blah blah blah. We can bring in Infernape. Yep. And then Dragapult choice specs. Yep. All right, let's do it. Everyone at 89. Yep. Yep. All right. I've got this nagging feeling I'm forgetting something. Okay. Brick Break. He's going to set up Toxic Spikes. There it is. And we want a CC. CC is to... Aerodactyl's always going to come in, but only the highest rolls see doing the... He's got a choice band, actually. I don't think that was necessary, but it doesn't make a difference. He's going for what we want him to go for anyway. CC guarantees dual wing beat, which I think was probably guaranteed anyway. He is choiced into dual wing beat now. He can't crit, so it's safe to just use Safe. This brings in Malamar. Malamar wants to go for superpower at this range because it's a setup move. So he can switch into the B, making his debut. No, that does not work at all. Debut? You can't really hear the B if you say it like that. It doesn't fucking matter. All right, we Mega Evolve the best Pokemon in the game, and we U-turn. Bring in Infernape, because Infernape can show kills to the last two, and does show kills to the last two. We want to Overheat. Great, we didn't need to do it twice. And this brings in Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt sees that we can outspeed and one shot with close combat, so he's going to go for Aqua Jet here. So we just want to go to Dragapult on the Aqua Jet, which he'll get off twice, which is important. And then we just want to kill it with Draco Meteor. I mean, even if he didn't there, we always killed Draco Meteor anyway. This is perfect because we need to be at 234 exactly, and I can get to not 234 exactly, sorry, 234 maximum. And what being at 244 there means is that we can get to is it 234 if I just misread Armor Stars? No, it's 234. I wrote down Grunt 5. I'm not doing it yet because I haven't properly sanity checked it, and we don't know what's going to happen on this fight if we lose anyone or not. I think this fight is a little bit easier. I don't actually need Armor Star for this one, so his shit doesn't matter, but we will just I don't have any of those. Okay. Beedrill, full HP. Be careful with his HP. Full heal on Armor Star. Don't forget to do the items. I need to go to 224 and then stop, and then I need an Oran Berry to take us to 234. Okay. Take the items off everyone, apart from Beedrill. And Glycopod. I think he's fine as well. Okay. And then we need choice specs now to be on Dragapult. Choice band on a Shifu. No item on Infernape. And that's it, isn't it? Yeah, we don't even need Beedrill for this one. All right, let's do it. So, Scolipede leads. It's kind of scary. It's got speed boost. Dragapult's got Infiltrator, so Draco Meteor always goes through and just kills. Choice specs. I think he needs the choice specs for that. Dreadnought comes in. Dreadnought 234 is so that Dreadnought sees a kill with Jawlock. He should always see a kill with Jawlock, and that we don't kill him. So he should be going Jawlock. It's like a 70-30. Nice. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not going to run away. Brick Break with Choice Band breaks the Aurora Veil and kills. This brings in Delmise. Delmise wants to go for a Power Whip. We can switch to Galisopod. Nice. Waste of the Citrus Berry, but that's absolutely fine. And we can send in Infernape. Overheat. Kills. This brings in Huntail. And now Huntail wants to use either Shell Smash or a killing move of a water type. I do not give a shit. I could not care less what he does. Oh no, he's doubled his speed. Yeah, Dragapult's faster. I don't care. I literally do not care what you do. Easy. All right. I can't. Can I get out this way? Yeah, because this is here. Okay. What's there? Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. All right. Stop here. We want to fly to Moss Deep, not Moss Deep, Satopolis. Why can I never commit that into my head? Okay. Heal up. Infernape, Holucha. Salamence. No, no, not my Salamence. Infernape, Holucha, Dragapult, Hydreigon, Beedrill, and Armaldo. So where we landed on this is that I'm going to sack Armaldo. Soz. Let's move the items while they're here. It's just you, isn't it? Okay. Sorry, Armaldo. It's just a lot cleaner. Without you, without you. I'll tell you what we do need. Brick Break on you. Take that off. Switch you two around. He needs pre-damage, so we'll do that now. It's Choice Specs and Choice Band, which is what we've got, which is great. I am eventually going to need to swap them around, but that's fine. We'll do the items now, yeah. Choice Specs on Infernape. Choice Band on Dragapult. On you. Expert Belt. So we need to get the Expert Belt here. Do we need that? I don't think we need that. No, I'm going to give him a Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry on you. And Black Belt on you. Okay, couple of things. I am going to go and get the the expert belt, which I believe is this way. Is it this one? Oh, look at that first fucking time. I've already seen where it was. So I'm not going to pretend I did that in one fell swoop. Although I suppose I did. I already knew where it was. So wrong place. Um, Sorry, Armaldo. Cover your ears. That song's not about you. No, it could easily be. We want Brick Break, and we want this on Aulucha. We're going to replace Rock Tomb with Brick Break. 208 is what we want, so we've got 5 more. We need to fly back to Sotopolis. Okay. 4 more. That's like 7 more. All right. Where's he up to? 5 more. There? Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go 10 more because we can. 3 more. 1 more. 208. Antidote there. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Wait till you see my. Wait till you see my. Do. Is your man on the floor? Hey, but let me know. Okay. You there? It's the right hand side we need. Okay. Um, I feel like that's how you get out. Yeah. Okay, let's think about this. I can't go there. Rock's blocking. I can't go there. Rock's blocking. Oh, for God's sake. I obviously have to go this way. Now, if I push that up there, it's going to block, isn't it? Yes. So I obviously have to push this. Now, there'd be no benefit to pushing that. I do that. Yeah, that's it. It's just that straightforward. So which one do I take? Well, it's made me jump through hoops to get here. It's going to be here, isn't it? Okay. You're going to lead me down. Anything along this path is... So, okay, it's clearly there. Okay, you were going to lead me up into that blank space there. I'm going to slow it down a minute. Anything... So my options are to the right or up, or that top left one will also take me to the same place, which will just take me down. So it's up here. From here, going to the right will just cycle me around like that. Going down, we'll just do the same thing. Going left, we'll take that path. Won't that just do the same thing though? Yeah, if I go left, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They do the exact same fucking... Maybe this is the wrong door. Yeah, like if I go up. Oh no, it's different for the top row. Now if I go left there, it's not going to work. If I go right here, it's a slightly different path that ultimately just forces me back around. Yeah, so it must be if anywhere here. And yeah, just go up here. And oh Jesus, jump scare. I am equipped for him, like, so it's fine. Save it. Okay, let's go. Could really do with avoiding quick claw proc here. Test. Is that working? Test. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, sorry, so that wasn't working at all then, but whatever. Um, I might add commentary and post for that. Yeah, so just to kind of talk through that fight again, um, I don't know where it cut off because I couldn't hear anything from my headphones. I assumed it was just playing up again, but then I actually couldn't hear like anything at all. Sorry, I couldn't see anything in OBS, I should say. So the stealth rock doesn't really matter. I thought it just kind of made things a little bit risky, but I kind of miscalculated how much of an impact that would have. The risky turn in this was Dragapult staying in to kill Toxicroak because max roll crit on Dark Pulse, but I had a look then and it's only the absolute max roll that would have been an issue. So I actually was risking Dragapult to a 1 in 256, but that's fucking fiction. Yeah, so the premise of this is we pre-damage Infernape to always bait Earthquake out of Metagross, switch into Holucha. Holucha does his usual thing, and Encores Metagross in. Had Metagross stayed in and not switched, because of the Stealth Rocks, it would have fucked the line up. Not in a way that we couldn't recover it, but we would have had to have moved some shit around, and then Hydreigon would have taken too much damage from Stealth Rock. I mean, in his 1v1 versus Sharpedo, that wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, we encored Metagross in, hit the brick break. He could have switched on the first turn. He could have switched on the second turn. He even probably could have switched on the third turn, as he probably would have still been over 50% HP, which is the criteria for whether or not they can switch. If they're below, they won't switch. Been through this before. Obviously, that then brings in Salamence. We don't have a good counter to Salamence, which is why Armaldo was sacked intentionally. It's also why I didn't level him up. There was no point. Giving us the free switch into Dragapult. Dragapult's Choice Band allows him to kill. Dragapult with a choice band shows kill to everyone in this team. Um, all of them. So the reason why Toxicroak comes in at that point is because he has a focus sash and he thinks he can't die. Which is, he didn't anyway, despite Dragon Dot's being able to hit move, because it's a very, very low range. I think it's like a 1 in 8 he was to die there, which was just like, I wasn't expecting that to happen. But equally, he can't punish because his max roll crit, it was only a 1 in 16 of a 1 in 16 that could actually kill Dragapult. And I felt like, we may as well stay in on that. We did absolutely have counterplay, but it's fine. That then just baits down the line, which is why Sharpedo comes in. Now, again, we actually could have stayed in on Sharpedo if I felt like risking a 1 in 10, and I did not. But he's just four-walled by Hydreigon anyway. The risk there would have been if because he double protected there, which got rid of 2 PP on Draco Meteor. If he'd have done his move, and then did 2 more protects, and we'd have missed the move in the middle, then he would have PP stalled my Draco Meteor, and I would have had to have pivoted and found something. It wouldn't have meant that Hydreigon was at risk, sorry, but obviously Sharpedo has speed boost, he would have outspread everything. Blah blah blah. I'm rambling on. Zoroark dead to Beedrill, U-turn, always baits Aura Sphere into Hydreigon. We U-turn on that because Metagross is still alive in the back. Had Metagross been dead there, we could have used anything pretty much to kill the Zoroark with Beedrill. And now we kill with Overheat. The reason why Metagross can come in the first place, despite the fact that it was, still looking at Infernape, is because we used Overheat against Ferrothorn. It shows, our special attack was dropped, and at -2, Infernape can't kill unless he crits, and it doesn't take crits into consideration. All right, next is Shelly. This is probably going to... No, I'm not saying probably. This definitely requires a sack, and it's going to be Crobat. Soz. Can we even get out? Surely, yeah. Yeah, we just go down, left. Yeah, left. Okay. But we... Oh, shit. No, I've not got to fight Shelly, have I? Like, with this fucking team? No fucking way. Surely. No, because I know that, when I've watched people doing this, they've used different... Fucking they, idiot. Is this not the same room? This is just the same fucking room. No, it's not. Am I meant to go there? Up just takes me there. Down takes me to the same place. Left is going to take me back around that way, and then this is going to take me that way, which just brings me right back there. I'm going to have to go there. Where the fuck do I go here? I'm going to have to just... Okay, yeah. Well, that's one way of getting out. All right. Fucking worrying for nothing. Jesus. Okay. Oh, let's update the def. Well, let's not do that, actually. I'll update it when they're all doing once rather than do it 4 times. 3 times, I guess it would be, because I'm not going to do it mid-fight. Okay. I don't think there's any pre-damage on this one. So the interesting thing about Seafloor Cavern is that I've actually done, I think, all of these strats so far, independently. I haven't looked at... Because I've looked at for inspiration from a lot of other people who completed this game, the usual people I'd go to what did they do? What did they do, etc. And I gotta be honest, I don't think I could replicate almost any strategy from anything I'd seen. So these are mostly independent. This fight, though, I've nabbed this from Flygon, sort of. But yeah, who do I need? Beedrill, Ursaluna, Crobat, Dragapult. He can keep his item. We actually needed Infernape. You need to go into box 14. We need Infernape. He needs a choice band, so we need to go and swap that for a second choice band. Crobat and Ursaluna. Crobat. Oh yeah, it's where Caleb dies. And then Executor. Executor doesn't need an item. It's fine. Move items. Take that off you. Take whatever you've got off you. God, I fucking hate Coldplay. Choice specs. You need the sticky barb. You need a citrus. We are actually going to lose something that's possibly better than a mon, and that's the sticky barb. I'm not going to get that back. Choice band on you and no item on you. I just need to go and swap the choice band and that's it. Two choice bands. Well, let's actually give it to Infernape, shall we? Alrighty then. You know what? I think we'll have music. No, you're too loud. Still too loud. Yeah. Um. All right. I really turn it down that quiet. I can't hear fucking anything. Nope, wrong way. Oh, I can't win with this. Fucking microphones, they're amazing. Okay, here. I just want to get back to that room. Which is here, 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 here. They all lead the same way, so it's just here, here. Nope. Up, up, up. Yeah. So now we're back here. I'm just going to save it here. I don't think I can soft lock, but I don't know when the fight is. And if Aurora Veil freezes me, then yeah, here we go. Here she is. Slowly. Verify. Will he Beedrill, Brick Break, Poison Jab to kill? Has he got Brick Break? Has he got Poison Jab? Yes. Saluna has got a Citrus Berry. Yes. He's just there to tank. He's not actually going to do anything. You've got your Sticky Barb. You've got your Choice Band. You've got a Choice Band. And yeah, you're just vibes, man. All right. Jelly's kind of a boss fight, isn't she? All right. Tapu Fini doesn't do anywhere near enough damage, really, does it? We Brick Break to break the veil. Nature's Madness does exactly 50%. Your Leftovers doesn't do enough that we can't just take the kill with Poison Jab. So that's exactly what we do. In comes Holucha, and I swear to God, I'm fucking fed up of facing unburdened Holuchas. This thing wants to use... Not close combat is the point. I don't know what it's going to use on this first turn. Kind of doesn't matter. Hope he doesn't miss, though. Well, there we go. This just got a little bit more scary. If we lose... Yeah, because that can happen. That should be fine. And he missed again, because of fucking course he did. But that should be fine. Because now he goes close combat there. Have a sticky barb, you little twat. And now he's definitely going Stone Edge. Well, he's not definitely. And now he's definitely going close combat. Okay. Because he's holding Sticky Barb, he doesn't get the boost from Unburden anymore, so he's not quicker than Dragapult. And because he's a flying type, he's not... He doesn't get the resistance that Misty Terrain provides, because grounded Pokemon are resistant to Dragon moves. I actually think it gives them like a quad resistance to it, which is fucking insane. So yeah, we just killed Dragon Darts here. And because the dumb AI... this AI is really clever, actually, in most parts. But because it sees that Gengar's got a Focus Sash, it's like, well, I can kill you, but you can't kill me. Obviously, I've got a Focus Sash, but we're using Dragon Darts, mate. Like, come on, keep up. So Gengar gets a chain kill. Well, Gengar gets chain killed. This thing comes in. This has got fucking monstrous attack outputs, but fortunately, he does not kill Infernape with Icicle Crash. Nice. Close combat. Again, it looks scarier than it is, because if you run the calcs on that, I would have had like 17 HP left on a crit there. Slowbro comes in. He's going for a kill. I don't know what he's going for. I don't care what he's going for. I've alluded to this in the past. If you're slow enough that Exeggutor outspeeds you, Exeggutor's going to fucking kill you. Like, he's just insane with his damage. He's just incredibly slow. This brings in Kyurem, and ladies and gentlemen, this is where we say goodbye to Crobat. I need a clean switch. The slowest Crobat you've ever seen in your life. Minus speed, 0 IV. Rest easy, big man. And we can bring in... Jesus, don't do Dragapult. Infernape. And Infernape can get his second kill of this fight, and that's Shelly. Es demasiado fácil para yo. Alright. And then there was one. Okay. So it's this way to exit. This way. I ummed and ahed on this when I planned this, which was initially last night. And when I had a little look offline a minute ago at this, I was like, which way do we want to do it? There is a slight problem with this line, but it means we sack something that's less valuable. So the original line I had saw me sacking Electrode for definite. Not for definite, sorry. The thing we're going to sack on this, well, in this line, it'll be the second thing we sack. You can read the fucking line, you can see what it is. Kabutops was going to be sacked, and then Electrode was almost definitely going to be sacked as well. I really like Electrode. I think he's really good. Not quite like E4mon, but like we've got a lot of double battles coming up from what I've seen, so he's pretty good on double battles because he's fast in like almost everything. So I really don't want to sack Electrode. Did find another line, but there's one risk of this fight, and it happens on the first turn. I need my own fucking Pokemon to not crit. I don't think it's game over if it does, but we're taking a lot of risks at that point because if he crits, he's going to trigger Custap. And that's not good. I don't remember who we need. I know we need Beedrill, Omastar, Toxtricity, Kabutops, Golisopod, and Barraskewda. So that's like none of these. I do also need to go and swap, for fuck's sake. I don't have a flyer in amongst them, do I? I do not. Defo? Beedrill can't fly, so no I don't. Alright. Well, we'll take you. You. And who else am I missing? Barraskewda and Golisopod. And then what I'll do is I'll move you here. You know what? No, I'm going to swap him with one of the other ones. With Tox, because I'll remember Tox, because Tox is going to die. No. Right. I've got to do everyone's items, right? Just don't do any items yet. Ugh. Right, okay. Dragapult, you were going to fly us to Slateport so we can get a choice scarf. Yeah, it's Power Scooter. So just get back. Okay, right. Fucking while we're here, we'll level them up. So otherwise, I am gonna forget. It's both of them. Both of our swift swimmers. Okay, while we're here, before I forget, I also want to teach him Rock Tomb. Don't do all the items right now. Okay, now I want to fly. I want to get away. I want to fly away to such a place. Okay, get rid of Dragapult. We don't need them for this fight. And then we're going to take Toxtricity. Okay, we're going to lead Toxtricity. Like, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think that like I probably shouldn't have the line on screen. It kind of removes all suspense from like what's going to happen. Oh, by the way, spoilers! I'm going to lose two Pokemon in this fight. Um, all right, Choice Scarf for you. I a Papa Berry for you. Person Berry for you. Citrus Berry. I should have pre-damaged them first, but it's fine. You, and then we want to pre-damage poison on Elixapod. Yeah, okay. I feel like 182 is quite a bit off where he is. It's 26. Actually, fast. Okay. Um, I've gone way too far. I forgot about it. Oh, I'm only 8 off. No, I'm not. I'm only 4 off. That's even more annoying. 6 more. 3 more. 2, 3. 182. Antidote. There's no antidote. Shelly. Ooh, another one. I think I remember this. Yeah, there we go. Fairy Gem. Right. I don't know when he's gonna like jump out and go, surprise, motherfucker. Overdrive on you. Just safe and I pepper on you. Liquidation flip tail on you. You just need Rock Tomb. You don't need a move. And you've got your shit. Okay, let's save it here. Right. Oh, shit, there he is. There we is. Yeah, that's good English. All right. I'm going to slow it down. Your hope ends here, and your meaningless existence with it. The final evil team fight of Run and Bun. Let's fucking go. He leads Kyogre. Kyogre has Drizzle. So it's permanent rain, which is not fun. However, we've got a choice scarf. Don't fucking crit. Just don't do it. He didn't do it. There's a good lad. Tox, it's been real. See you in another life, mate. You did not need that crit. He killed me like twice over. Okay, this is still like unbearably slow when I've played like the entire game on speed up. We send in the bee. We Mega Evolve, and once again we outspeed, and we kill this thing with Poison Jab. Let's Kyogre down. 1-1. Okay. This brings in Overquill, because Overquill sees a kill. And we immediately just hard switch into Armor Star. My Armor Star is Battle Armor, not Swift Swim. Not that it would matter anyway, it's like slow as fuck. Waterfall. Better than Gunk Shot. Don't think he can Gunk Shot Beedrill, actually. That would have been if we used the Electrode one. Safe. And he used Throat Chop. Sound. I was going to say is that we get 2 attempts to kill this thing because of the Iapapa Berry. If he'd used Waterfall and we flinched there, we're basically dodging double flinch. We'd have got one more chance to do that there. Instead, we've got more health on Robertson. Although, no, that doesn't come into effect for this one. All right, this brings in... Now, I'm not exaggerating when I say this little sequence, but from Armor Star here to when his next mod comes in is the fucking freest I've had in a long time. Because Superior is guaranteed to go Leaf Storm. It's its only damage and move, and it absolutely kills Armor Star. Beedrill takes it really fucking easily. Because he quad resists. I don't give a fuck about your special attack rise, mate. You're slower. And we get all our HP back when we kill this thing with Leech Life. We can kill this thing with like anything, but I kind of need what Beedrill baits to be the next thing that comes in, so hence that. Alright, and in comes Zapdos. He sees a kill with only Hurricane, which is why we've got a Person Berry on Kabutops, and here comes our second sack of this fight. Kabutops is going to go down swinging. It's fine. Because Kabutops is Swift Swim, he's faster, meaning that he gets to swing Rock Tomb at this fucking pigeon. Drop his speed. See ya, Kabutops. That should be the only remaining sack we have left for this fight. We should have it from here. Should. Okay. We bring in the bee again. Beedrill, come on down. Okay, and Beedrill can take a kill. It has to be a Poison Jab. It's the only thing that does kill from here, but he kills. It's got 2 left. 4-2 for those of you who keep it score. Sends in Swampert. This thing is a fucking demon, and it fills me with dread for when Wallace finishes the game with this, if we can get there. He sees a kill with a lot of stuff here. So I need to switch to Glycopod, who takes all of it pretty fucking well. He Mega Evolves. Mega Swamp has Swift Swim. Liquidation. It literally doesn't matter what he goes for. We got our Citrus proc. And we get Emergency Exit out. We bring in Barraskewda. Barraskewda is like the only thing, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, he's the only thing in my whole box that is faster than the Swamp Pit. We flip turn. This is not the last we've seen of him. And we go back to Glycopod again. Drift doesn't really matter there. Emergency exit triggers for a second time. And we bring in Barraskewda again. Finish him. Barraskewda, take us home. Which brings in his last mon, Aegislash. Aegislash is a little bit of a problem, but he's incredibly likely to just waste a turn going for Autotomize or Automize. I have no idea what that move's called. He is in shield form, so this won't kill unless it crits, and it doesn't. And then we go Autotomize. Yeah. What the fuck does that mean? He doubles his speed, but we're Barraskewda, and we already have doubled speed. Barraskewda, in the words of Shao Kahn, finish him. And that's Archie. You know what? Seafloor Cavern may have took 4 deaths out of us, but 4 deaths in a scale, I'll fucking take that. The upside for me is that it's 4 deaths that... So it's Armaldo Kabutops, who we didn't even have prior to this. Crobat, who was, because he was the slowest Crobat in existence, was pretty shit. And Toxtricity, who, to be honest, should have died in the last Team Aqua stuff. So yeah. I couldn't give a shit what these are talking about. And now we have all the erratic weather stuff. All right. Let me just, before I sign off, update the tracker. This is now 26 deaths. Holy mackerel.